Hey guys, it's Anthony Romerell. In this video, we're going to talk about ways to clean up and enhance and fix your models. So we're going to start out by, I'm going to introduce you to a couple of things. Number one, make sure that you've named your models. So I'm going to go to the attribute editor and I'm going to click on this first model. And you can see the name of it is Polysurface 1. That's not a good name for a model. This should be named Wall. So this one's named Wall 1, Wall, Wall 1. This will be Wall 2. Okay. Let's make sure this is named table. It's named table mesh. That's okay. And we have chair mesh and chair mesh 1. That's acceptable. Then we have this bookshelf here, and it is named cube 5. This should be bookshelf or bookshelf mesh. And then we have a series of books, and thank goodness I named these and duplicated them early, but they should all be named book. Perfect. Okay. The next thing we want to do is you'll see that some of these models have a whole bunch of inputs right here. Okay. You can see just a number of inputs going along. And this is called history. Okay. So one thing you want to make sure we do is delete our history. Hit the F key to frame them all. So I'm going to just occasionally when you're working, you're going to reduce your file size and prevent crashes by deleting your history. So we're just going to say edit, delete by all type, and history. And you can see some inputs have gone away. And if I go back to select this model, this is greatly simplified. It only has the model, the shape, and the surface nodes, surface material nodes. So great. So make sure you delete your history. The other thing you want to do is you might want to freeze your transformations. So if I go and select a model, you could see that this has a translate of 12, right? And it should be here at 0 now. So what we're going to do is we're going to select modify freeze transformations. And now all our translates and rotates are at 0. Same with this table. You can see it's got some really weird scale, like a 0.5 scale, a 0.4 scale, a 5.4 scale, right? So this should just be zeros. So let's do that again. Modify freeze transformation. In fact, it's probably easier if we just select the whole thing and say modify freeze transformations. We don't always want this. Maybe the books, we don't want that. But the bookshelf probably want that, right? It's already done. Tables, chairs. Let's freeze the transformations on the chairs. So modify freeze transformations. The other thing is we might want to consider where our pivot point is. So probably you want your pivot point to be on the floor in the center. So if I hit the W key, you can see that is in the center of the table. Let's hit F to frame the table. But I might want it on the floor. So what we're going to do is, like if it's kind of in a weird spot, you can see this table, this chair is correct. So this has it in the center of the chair, but at the bottom of the chair. That way I can hold the X key and snap it to the grid easily and it's on the floor. So let's do the same thing with the table. So it's already center, but if it wasn't, I would say modify center pivot. And then I would hold down the D key and the X key. Sometimes you want to snap to V, which is vertices. Sometimes you want to snap to the grid, which is X. So I'm just going to pull this down, snap this to the grid. And now this is centered to the table, but also to the floor. So if I'm going along, this is always going to be dragged along the floor. Okay, the bookshelf probably ought to do the same thing. So in this case, maybe I'll snap to the bottom of the bookshelf. So I'll hold D and V to snap to the bottom of the bookshelf. Just pull down until it gets to the bottom vertice, and we're done. These books probably want the center point, probably want the pivot point maybe on one of these edges so they can go along a shelf. That way, if we want to put it on a different shelf, we can hold down the V key and snap it to one of the vertices here, right? So that's just a little bit of cleanup. Another bit of cleanup we probably want to do is with the multi-cut tool. So I'm just going to right click. I'm going to go to face mode. I'm going to zoom in here. Click on this little face. I've got this weird face because I made a bevel. And, where that's okay, I probably ought to clean this up, turn it into triangles because it's just got a weird, it just doesn't quite work, right? And the reason it doesn't quite work is it doesn't know exactly where to fold from. So, and technically speaking, all polygons are triangles. We want to work in quads and triangles, mostly quads. And we'll get into why with the edge loop tool. But right now, this particular, where the cleanup needs to happen is, this is an n-gon. This has more than 4 sides. So we got to use the multi-cut tool to make it so that it has the right amount of sides. Now this particular bevel, it seems all right, but that might be a different mesh, okay? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to our multi-cut tool, which is right here, okay? And I'm just going to go until I see it highlight a vert. And I'm gonna click, and then I'm gonna pull on down until I see another vert selected, highlights, click it, and hit enter. So there we have cleaned up that little bit of this edge. I'm gonna click this one and this one. And you know what? You're not gonna exactly know what to do. It's just gonna be practice, right? So you're gonna wanna look for little areas to clean up. So I'm going to, oh, hit F and it framed it all. I'm gonna go back to face mode, select this little face right here and hit F to zoom in. Same thing on this other side, right? Multi-cut tool. So let's clean up this edge so we've got a straight edge going all the way across, okay? And then let's fix this so it's no longer an n-gon. Remember, wait till the vertex to highlight and then click it, then hit enter to complete the tool. So that's some cleaner geometry. So let me show you a tool now that we can use because we cleaned it up. So because we cleaned that up, we can use an insert edge loop tool. So, boy, I'm not even modeling. So let's go to modeling. Let's go to mesh tools, insert edge loop. And if I click on an edge, it'll put an edge loop right between there, and that's going to increase geometry. Okay, let's do that on an area that's not cleaned up. So if I come down here and I go to my insert edge loop, so mesh tools, insert edge loop. And if I go to cut here, it's not going to cut all the way across. You see that? The reason for that, let's hit F to zoom in. The reason for that is because this is an n-gon and it can't cut across n-gons, right? So, I mean, if we do it here on this side, it'll do the other side, but it doesn't fill this space, okay? So it's important to fix that with the multi-cut tool. So let's go to face mode. Let's hit F to zoom into that side. Let's go to the multi-cut tool and let's cut this so that this is a four-sided face, this is a four-sided face. And let's cut this so that this goes across, right? Oh, I complete the tool first and then start a new one. Click, and there we go. So that's now a triangle, okay? And this is a quad, so that can now be cut properly. And let's just zoom out, hit Q, go to face mode, hit F, okay? And let's hit Y to repeat the previous tool. So we'll click, clean up this geometry here. Okay. And again, I know you guys aren't going to know exactly where to make your cuts. You'll learn that as you process, as you go through modeling. It's going to take you some time, so we're not going to be too hard on you. But just understand that we want you to start to think about nice or clean geometry. And now that that's nice and clean, I can insert an edge loop. And we insert edge loops so that we can increase our geometry, right? So let's just say I want to insert edge loop now. So mesh tools, insert edge loop, right? And now I've got a nice edge loop that goes all the way across and it's perfect. Okay, let's use the insert edge loop for some more meaningful ways. That's just a little bit of cleanup, but let's go over to the table now and let's go to object mode, right click, object mode, hit F to frame it. And let's turn on our mirroring. Let's turn Object X on. And let's go to that Insert Edge Loop tool. So we'll go Insert Edge Loop, and let's just do a little bit of design with it. So I'm going to click Y to get that tool back. And it's not letting me insert an edge to this leg. And the reason why is because this has n-gons, right? Because I did a bevel, and it was really pretty at the time, but it's created a little problem, so I can't insert edges. So we're going to fix that. We're going to start by using the multi-cut tool. Okay, and so I'm going to just click here, hover over until I see that little blue highlight. There it is. And click one more time on this side. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to hold the V key. Oh, it won't let me snap. That's okay. And then I'm just going to work my way around. I'm going to hit return to complete the tool and work my way around. I'm going to hit Control spacebar, and that's going to give me lots more real estate here. Get rid of some of the GUI. Control spacebar will bring it back as well. Okay, so we're going to click on that, add a little edge loop, excuse me, an edge, not a loop. And then we'll complete that, right? And we're going to do this all the way across. So here, and I'm being a little sloppy, but I'll snap these together in just a moment, right? Make them nice and pretty in just a moment. So a little bit of sloppy just going around, cleaning this up so that it creates quads so that we can insert edges. We can't insert edge loops without quads. So we want to turn this leg into quads. N-gons are not our friend. Now we can survive with N-gons. You can see we survived this far with them. But if we want to create any further designs with edge loops, we're going to have to fix it. And one more right here. So this is part of cleanup and then a little bit of design. Okay, with our models. There we go. Close that up. Okay, now I'm going to hit the space bar. I'm going to go to the side view. Okay, and I'm going to hit 4 so I can see all those edges. You can see they're kind of crooked. So I'm going to hit Q to go back to select tool. I'm going to right click, go to vertex, and I'm going to select all the vertex on these legs and right here on this side. And I'm going to hit F to frame it, and then I'm going to hit the R key to scale. And I'm just going to scale this down. And you can see these are nice and flat and all even. Perfect. Okay, great. Now that we've done that work, we should be able to insert edge loops with no problem. So Control spacebar to bring back the GUI, hit the Q key to go to object mode, right click to go to edge mode, then I don't know what I hit, but we're out of modeling mode. Let's go back to modeling mode. Tools, insert edge loop. Okay, great. And now I can insert edges. Perfect. Okay, again, being a little sloppy, but I'll fix that in just a minute. Okay, so I'm putting 4 edges here. We're going to do a slightly different design. Okay, let's again go back to spacebar to the side of this, hit F to frame it. Oh, let's go to object mode. So right click, object mode, select the table, hit F to frame it. Okay, see these edge loops aren't quite the same, but we'll make them the same. So we're going to go to vertex mode here. We're going to select all of these edges, hit R to scale them again. Let's scale them so they're flat, so that they're all the same. And then let's do a little scale, grab the center point, just pull this in. See, so the legs can have a teeny bit of design on them. You see what we're doing? Isn't that great? So now we've got some cleaned up geometry. We deleted our history, we froze our transformation. We used our multi-cut tool and our insert edge loop tool to clean up our models. We renamed our models. So we're taking a new place. So what I want you to do now is go through your models, clean them all up, maybe add a little bit to the books, the bookshelf, a little bit to the table, a little bit to the chairs. Just enhance them with these new tools. And you could base your design on your own design, or if you find a design, you can do that. But that's how you clean up your models.